Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. And this morning, folks, I'm getting camera bombed there. We are going back to that horrid world of the JRC as we do every morning at stupid o'clock. Cheers. Before we get into anything, a few disclosures real quick. First off, you are going to find the link to the article we are going to be reading today in the description. We haven't quite clicked on it yet because I wanted to show you the little title here to see what it's all about. Number two, you're going to find the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well in the description box. Folks, fill out the templates. You literally put in your name and click on your senator. It is a petition to stop all harmful restraint and other harmful aversives such as food deprivation and sleep deprivation. Get it done. We also have the Change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition because, as we have stated on numerous occasions, these people are slippery bastards who have a tendency to get out of all frames of trouble for their torture of disabled people. So get it signed, because the only way we're going to finally truly beat these bastards is to get them closed down. Also, folks, it is 4:33 a.m. in the morning, which means it's stupid o'clock. So if I mangle any of my words absolutely horribly this morning, my apologies in advance. Okay, so we are going to be taking a look at this morning Judge Isaac Bernstein, court-appointed monitor over JRC post-2007. So this is a report by Monitor Judge Isaac Bernstein, retired, for the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center. He was appointed over the center in regards to the 2007 incident when two residents were shocked over 71 times due to a prank call. So, let's go ahead and get this pulled up here. This is one of the private investigations, not just us taking the word of the JRC, because, yeah, they're lying bastards. Okay. So let's get into it here. Okay, so apparently this is going to probably be a few days of reading here. But anyway, Judge Rotenberg Center, founded in 1971, the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center, JRC, previously the Behavioral Research Institute, is a residential education and treatment program in Canton, Mass. JRC provides behavior modification therapy for 236 special needs children. God, why do you have to use special needs? Just remember this, folks. Every time you say the word special needs, a little piece of a disabled person dies. To us, our needs are not special. They're just needs, and the only thing special needs does is infantilize us. Because, yes, when you are calling me special needs when I'm a 36-year-old adult, yeah, okay? Jesus Christ, quit sounding like the church lady from SNL. And adults from several different states. The students at the JRC suffer from behavior disorders, unable to be treated by prior treatment programs in hospitals. Prior to arriving at JRC, many students were incarcerated, institutionalized, and or homeless. But is that true, though? Because we've gone through witness statement after witness statement. Not everybody was in such a dire situation as they like to paint. They want to paint us all as anybody who comes into the school as completely disturbed and that they're the only ones that can help. Dig into these stories, though. Do what the media won't, and you find out some very interesting things about those people who were incarcerated and institutionalized and are homeless. But moving on. The GRC currently serves the largest collection of individuals with difficult to treat, self abusive, aggressive, and severely harmful behaviors in the country. Oh, but we have to tell you you're wrong, Judge. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. That's what the JRC wants you to believe. That's what they tell you, and for some reason, you judges out in the Massachusetts court will just swallow whatever the hell that center spoon feeds you. You see what they want you to see. When by and large, most of these kids are not violent at all until you get your hands on them. Just stating facts. JRC utilizes positive procedures such as rewards in order to help encourage students' positive behaviors. Oh yes, the stick and the carrot. Thank you for treating me like I'm 5. Appreciate it. If I go take a poop in the toilet, will I get a piece of pie? God. In addition to positive procedures, JRC also employs the use of correctional consequences, or aversives, for a number of students who do not respond only to positive procedures. You're taking their word for it again. How on earth do you people believe it is okay to punish people for having a disability? Why is this okay to you? I don't understand. Make it make sense. But it's the only thing that works. But it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. You remove those adversives. What happens? It comes back, which means it is not an effective treatment at all. They are only doing the bare minimum to not get tortured again, which they don't even get freedom from that, because then you all will find another reason to shock them. God's sake. Typically, these adversives come in form of a 2-second shock to the surface of the skin when a student exhibits an inappropriate behavior. It's only 2 seconds. It's only 2 seconds. It's still 3 times more powerful than a freaking police taser, okay? Karen, Judge Karen. I'm just going to call you Judge Karen. This is going to be a long one, folks. Typically, these adversives come in the form of 2-second shocks of the skin when a student with an inappropriate behavior. Says you. Freaking neurotypicals. At JRC, the devices used to administer these shocks is called Graduated Electronic Decelerator, GED, and must be approved by a probate court judge prior to being used as part of the student's behavior treatment program. It doesn't matter. Your judges think it's okay to punish disabled people for being disabled. Period. Thank God I never moved to Massachusetts, which is a sad thing for me to say. I have folks on my dad's side of the family that lives out there. But I'm afraid, had I gone out there, I would have been under direct threat of being shoved away in this place. The JRC is one of the first programs in the U.S. to utilize technologies like the GED. First, okay? You're talking like you want to spread this to other schools. The hell is wrong with you? Moving on, the GED devices are developed and maintained by JRC and consist of small round metal discs connected to electrical wiring called electrodes. The electrodes are placed usually on the arm or the leg of a student with a Velcro strap with a locking mechanism. so that the students are not able to remove the devices themselves. Oh, you're not even getting that much right. It goes on their torsos, the ends of their arms, on their legs. The electrodes are connected to a battery pack, usually contained in a fanny pack or backpack worn by the student. Each GED device is connected wirelessly to a transmitter worn by a JRC staff member. The transmitter, or sled, contains the student's name, a photograph of the student, and a button that a staff member presses to activate the electrodes and administer a shock. This shock is often described as having a similar feeling to a bee sting. Oh my god, you're buying it. Judge Karen's buying it. It's just a bee sting, folks. It's 45.5 milliamps. Remember, the common police taser is about 3.5 to 4 milliamps. But it's a bee sting. Jesus Christ. The sleds are covered by a plastic case to avoid accidental applications, but it doesn't. It goes off all the time. This has been reported by 5 different other people. Currently, the JRC maintains 2 buildings in Canton, Massachusetts, and 36 residents throughout the South Shore of Massachusetts, within reasonable driving distance of the school. JRC students are transported to and from the school in Canton from their residences Monday through Friday, and spend the weekends either at individual residences or on prearranged field trips. I'm going to end that there before I go on an hour-long rant. So I thought it'd be interesting to get into the mind of one of these Massachusetts judges, one of those that would have approved this treatment. And within the first 2 pages of this judge speaking, I can already see that just like the parents that are hammering so hard for the school, the judges too has either very much drank the Kool-Aid or they're getting their pockets lined. It's one or the other, folks, because I can't otherwise fathom how it is they have swallowed the JRC narrative hook, line, and sinker like this. Like, you notice that it was flippant. It denied that it is painful in any way, that it's hurting them in any way. They're just buying it. This is how the JRC gets away with it. You remember during Jennifer Masumba, Ian Cook, all of them say that they present us to the judges bound and restrained, and they talk about behaviors, but none of these judges think to ask about the details. They're just like, well, they're professionals and they know best. It's lazy. At the very least, if you are going to sign a court order to administer shocks, the least you can do is do your due diligence and make sure the people that are wanting to sign the kid up for it are telling the truth. But they don't. They just buy it. Look at Judge Bernstein. They just buy it. So it's going to be very interesting to continue to go into this report just to see the mindset it takes to approve of such torture and treatment of disabled kids and young adults. And with those thoughts, we're going to go ahead and close out for this morning. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, please don't forget to hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.